Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time y'all watching this, man. This is Marquis Walker. SP is getting some clothes on. And this is the THHC podcast, episode 96. 96 was a good year, man. Science, is this 96? Well, I think it was something else. It was 90. Now, this is 98. This is episode 98. Man, what the hell? Well, I got 90. Oh, 96 was the last. This is 98, man. Episode 98. Woo! All right, so this is THHC Podcast, episode 98. Scienz Of Life, Project Overground album review with SP. While she's getting ready, I'm going to play a little something so we can hear what the group's about. Let's go.
Yeah. Overseer. Zulu. It's too hot for words, so we gon' spit fire. All over the hip-hop empire. Feel the heat, too intense for the average. Put your hands in the air if you're loving this. You're loving this, too hot for words, so we gon' spit fire. All over the hip-hop empire. Feel the heat, too intense for the average. Put your hands in the air if you're loving this. You're loving this. You're loving what? The sound of my voice is top choice. Don't forget that, as if you had a choice. Hold up. Fake cats walking on shaky grounds like eggshells. Don't stop, I excel with ink spills. Bring scales to the fiends of the culture. One of the reasons the hip-hop scene is getting doper. Magnetic like Ultra. My operation like Doomsday. Dead the mediocre, telling them it's over. Take cover, it's the fire breathing letter. Imhotep in the flesh, etc. Say word, cosmic overseer like Big Zulu. Black magic all over the track like voodoo. Nobody does it like you do. That's what they say to me, running through rappers from A to Z blatantly. Some even hate me with a passion, cause I grip mics in orderly fashion before I blast them. It's too hot for words, so we gon' spit fire. All over the hip-hop empire. Feel the heat, too intense for the average. Put your hands in the air if you're loving this. You're loving this, too hot for words, so we gon' spit fire. All over the hip-hop empire. Feel the heat, too intense for the average. Put your hands in the air if you're loving this. You're loving this, yeah.
Influence most, fight a overdose. My lyric diagnosis, cut those trying to quote this. I roast this and get smoked, so play the role, I'm no joke. Folk, I'm tone low, rigid and stone cold. I hold thrones, wrong zones, give me a pose. I'm well known, song, you as a Rome and fully blown. Hold my own, most niggas a clone. Temporarily apply weight while spinning the plates. A legendary, secondary, know I play the first batter. First chapter, perhaps shatters the stature for becoming of a master. Mass influence is the roots of a youth. Stay in tune while I'm shooting the gift to scar humans. Lyrics I'm boosting with a jewel for my human while assuming why you ruin the use with poor schooling. Better deporting while I'm ruling the course. We set it off like a nuclear war. Let's get it on.
It's too hot for words, so we gon' spit fire. All over the hip-hop empire. Feel the heat, too intense for the average. Put your hands in the air if you're loving this. You're loving this, too hot for words, so we gon' spit fire. All over the hip-hop empire. Feel the heat, too intense for the average. Put your hands in the air if you're loving this. You're loving this. It's so intense, I got sweat on my brow. Reflection of style, God bless the child.
Let me know if you're ready, SP.
Get them open. Like vortexes, wet like raw sexes, rugged like Gore-Texes, ripping mics, chord lessons, bringing nothing but that raw essence. Continuous blessing with my testing. 1 2 1 2 live and direct in the place with this, taking no shorts here, bringing it on that blatant tip. It's worldwide, universally, from elementary to universities across the planet. Harder than granite with vocal tones, it only gets lava. Stays hot like my saliva was lava. Super dada running through crews like motion picture drama. Going against the guards is bad karma. You better wear your armor cause it's dangerous in these parts. It's too hot, I let the four winds spark and make them mark. It's too hot for words, so we gon' spit fire. All over the hip-hop empire. Feel the heat, too intense for the average. Put your hands in the air if you're loving this. You're loving this, too hot for words, so we gon' spit fire. All over the hip-hop empire. Feel the heat, too intense for the average. Put your hands in the air if you're loving this. You're loving this.
Four winds to the side to the E. Combination deadly approach, most niggas get toasted, trying to blow it. I know rain dope, spit freeze the float. Big Zulu on a 2 triple O. NPC, what? No dose. Energy potent, the blow flows. Lyric attack, stay strapped like calicos with hollows. I wallow in the muck. You suck, converse, cut, draft, champion cup. The next runner up. Put the tracks to marathon laps. 60-second flat. Side hold me down black. These boogie down cats. We run rappers in the mountain for shouting your whack announcement. I doubt this. You live in hip hop. You steady climbing out my crown of rock show since the 1990. You held accountable for the battling over tracks, so I'll relax and listen close to the wax. kick back and laugh, cause you niggas is whack. We shut it down black.
What's good? What's good? What's going on, hip hop? You know what I'm saying? It's the THHC podcast, episode 98, man. With SP, you there, SP?
I'm here.
Oh, snap! There she go.
I gotta go to work.
What's going on?
Chilling.
What's going on, Queen? What's up? What's up? It's Friday, man.
I know. My first day of work.
Oh Lord, is that your week start on Fridays?
Friday, and then I do 16 Saturday, 16 Sunday, and then 8 on Monday.
Woo!
And then I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
This week.
Working hard for the money.
This week.
Oh, just this week though. Okay, but you still working hard for the money. I gotta sing the song though. It's Friday, man. New music came out. I don't know if you listen to anything. You're the type of person that don't listen to anything on Friday. So I always ask this question: have you listened to anything new today?
I started on Corrupts. I started on Tanks.
Okay.
But Tanks was so good, I stopped it because I want to listen to it uninterrupted.
I ain't gonna lie, I listened to the Tank too. I listened to the Larry June, and I listened to all of it, probably most of it, because it's pretty long. But it seems like a continuation of just the pimp shit. If you want to be listen to the pimp shit, listen to Larry June, man. So it's just a continuation of his last project. I haven't heard Buck Wild and Artifacts. I haven't even found the album yet. I think it comes out 8/20. Because I was like, yo, somebody was talking about this album, so I put it on there. Ty Ferris and Seb Bash. Ty Ferris is an elite MC. I gotta listen to that project. I've been tapped into that yet.
Too.
It's called Fluorescent Mud. The album cover's dope. Diamond D. I listened to this one. Diamond D, The Rear View.
I was
like Diamond D. Diamond D is still Diamond D. He can rap, he can produce. He don't produce all of it. He produces probably like 75% of the album. He got other producers on there too, and some features that you would entertain. Number 5, Tink. You remember Tink? She came out. This is Pillow Talk. Tink came out as a rapper before. Remember she was the down with Was it Timberland?
Who, Tank?
Tink. No, Tink. Not Tank. Tink.
Oh, no. I don't know.
She's a singer, a female singer, rapper. I remember she was a rapper first.
Don't make me lie to you now.
No. It's a long story, but she was signed with Timberland, and I think something happened. Timberland tried to he tried to link some song together with Jay-Z on it without his permission, and had Tink on the remix and put it out, and it was dope. But without Jay-Z's permission, man, it was a rap.
Well.
And Tink's career kind of was like this after that. So I was pissed off. And Tink she's a good rapper and a singer. Mickey Fax and Wild Bill. Not sure who Wild Bill is. He sounds like he's a rapper too. It's a 4-pack, 4 songs. Mickey Fax and Wild Bill. House of the Holy. It's 4 songs. I like it. It's a 4-pack. I listened to it real quick. You know, it's something. Like you said Corrupt. You listen to Corrupt present 7 P's. How was that?
Oh, it was good.
So I love Corrupt. He's presenting something. Like he's presenting, like it's his label, it's his album.
I think it's a collective, to be completely honest. If I'm not mistaken, when I talked to Westlife, I think it's a collective of West Coast artists that are trying to start a movement.
Oh, okay, that's dope, man. So he's helping us. You said it's
like
pretty good.
Julio and Corrupt, and it's just a bunch of.
I'm gonna have to check it out. Number 8, like Tank. You said Tank. I gotta listen to that. Actually, I listened to some of it. R&B, Money. It is pretty good. Number 9070 Shake, double-sided alt. Yeah, man. Just some good music down there. If I don't have your group or your artist down there, put it in the comments, man, below. And we'll check it out, man. Just promote good music, man. That's what we want to do. But since this is a long album, let's get right into it. I wanted to interview the people, but you said you knew the artist. And tell us about the group before we get into it.
John Robinson I've listened to John Robinson's music a lot. I didn't know about Scienz of Life until we interviewed him on Powaful IMPAK, and he was saying that him and the group were getting back together. So when he told me that, I wrote it down and I went and checked it out, and I was like, "How the hell did I miss this?"
That's what it's. Yo, listen, this is the same. I'm thinking you got something over me, right? I go, yo, how did I not hear this group before?
Yeah,
you know, like back in the day, like I'm going crazy. Like nobody talked about this group. Not even like it's not even our fault. It's like who's not promoting this group? Like I was like, they fire. They rappers. They rapping. They MC. They rapping. Like I'm like 2002. I'm like what? Like
yeah.
Where was I at? I'm like what was I listening to 2002? I think like Nelly. Who's hot in 2002? I'm like
I don't even know who was hot in 2002.
I can't remember.
That was my slow slide from the radio. When I stopped listening to anything except for whatever was happening in the 90s, I kind of like gave up on the shit he was putting out.
Maybe that's what I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. But let's get into the album. It is a long album. I would have loved to have the group on or whoever on. But like you said, you know, you had one of the group members on, right?
Yeah, but if you don't know about John Robinson is a really brilliant artist. He's also a teacher. Him and J. Rawls actually have projects that are going into a lot of the inner city schools, teaching how to use hip hop and educate the children. And they have books out. They have youth power culture. That's the name of the book. It also has a workbook that goes with it. So if you're a teacher, you can have the book, and now they have the workbook that gives you different lessons that you could teach in class that combines hip hop with just the regular school curriculum.
Okay. So tell us about the album and I guess, you know, why you pick them. I mean, you know, I know why you picked them. Let the world know.
I picked this album because if this is new to me, I know there are thousands of people who hadn't heard of Scienz of Life. And John Robinson is just a really dope, special guy. And I've always liked his music. So to know this existed, and I didn't know about it, messed me up. So we learned about it in the interview. And so once we learned about it, I looked it up and I was like, you know what? When the next time is my pick, I think I'm going to pick Scienz of Life and introduce Marquis to this dope group. Because
I'm like listening to this. I'm going. I'm like, nah. I'm looking at both. I'm looking at the album covers because this ain't the only album. So I'm looking at the album covers. I'm going. I know I'm like, why I don't remember none of this stuff, man. And I'm just like, you know what? I mean, I can't remember. I mean, every hip hop group. I mean, of course not. I don't think I heard every hip hop group in my life. Of course. But you know, somebody this good, you would think somebody would say something.
And actually, this label is how MF Doom got his start. What? And he's on this album.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, let's just get into it. It is a long album. That's why I was like, should we have him on? I'm like, it's a long album. We'll be on for 6 hours. All right, Scienz of Life project under Overground, the science experiment May 7th, 2002. We're going way back, baby. We're going into the vote. It's an hour, 13 minutes, and 34 seconds. The first one is just an intro. It's intro, no interviews. We are introduced to just the group alone. You want to talk about number one?
Yeah, it's really just an intro, you know. It's an intro reminiscent of the intros back in the day, you know, where it's just the intro to the group and what they're about. And even that was like, okay, this is gonna be fire. As soon as I heard the intro, I was like, oh, this album's gonna be fire.
Yeah, because they're like, if you remember, like people, this is our age. We're going way back with telling our ages. But when they had albums like this, when they started introducing the group or doing something, you're like, yo, you're like, what's about to be next, right?
Yeah.
And then they come with number two, Scienz of Life, which is the album cover. What is it? Metaphysics 2030. You playing it?
I did it on accident. I was trying to look at the name.
Oh, I was gonna say you playing. I was like, you want to play him? I don't know if you want to play him. Number two,
if
Scienz
we played
of Life.
every one of these songs like I would want to play every one of these.
It'll be we'll be here for 20 hours, man. But Scienz of Life, Metaphysics 2030. We back in the early 2000s where boom bap rap flourished, especially with lyricists. You know, just getting a taste of this, you know, going back to an album that's, you know, from 2000s and you know, makes me reminisce, and then hearing the sounds of the 2000s makes me reminisce, and then hearing great sound, great music, and just, you know, great rappers, you know, I was taken back. Number two, what do you think? Scienz of Life.
So what I like about this song is the care that they take with music. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You could tell that they not only respect lyricism, but they also respect the genre, and you get that in this song. You get not only a great instrumental, a great beat, a great instrumental, but you also get some top tier lyricism that it was mind blowing when I heard it.
Yeah, no, it is. Like I said, when you first told me about this group, I looked at it. I go, I never heard it. I never heard of them in my life. And then then when you hear them, you kind of kick yourself in the butt and wonder why you didn't hear.
Yeah,
you know, that's all. It's like, because I'm like they reminiscence of like a De La Soul or like a Tribe or like a, you know, whoever just like good music back then. You know what I'm saying? Just like those groups, those real, like the Roots. The groups that had like the Roots, like they reminiscence of the Roots. They had it. They love the music. You can tell they love the craft, and they just love the art of rapping and MCing. You can tell them they read off each other well. They go bar for bar. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, where was this? So I was, like I said, I was still just every time I listened to another track, I was like, man.
I'm disappointed at myself. How I missed this.
The bad news is I can't I don't know who's who, so I can't really enjoy who's who yet. You know how like you listen to a group for the first time and you don't know who Eazy-E. Well, I'm just joking around, but you don't know who Eazy-E is or MC Ren or which one's Dre, you know, or which one's rapping. So I love all of them. I can't say, oh, so and so's part said this. So you're not gonna hear a lot of that from me. But number three, WCON radio, should I say it like that? Conscious Radio, featuring DJ One Love. That's dope. Radio skit about where hip hop is and where it will be in the future. It's funny that it's on there like that. It's funny that this is one of those groups that thought about the future in their rhymes and in theory. So, you know, they were thinking. They were not thinking just, you know, they were thinkers. So that makes you think. I like that. What do you think about number three?
I like number three. And I like number three also because this is around the time I was like, oh, I'm not listening to the radio no more.
This was so
because this song is kind of how I felt around 2003 about the changes in hip hop and where we were going as a culture. And it was really, getting to that point where I was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to explore this generation of music.
It was radio heavy. It was pop heavy. I think it was a lot of R&B heavy.
Yeah,
a lot of blends, a lot of reggae blends, a lot of hip R&B blends. It was kind of like all over the place. If you like you said, you didn't know where the hip hop was going. Shout out to Juan Rodriguez. Hello, my wonderful people. What's good, brother? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Peace.
I get it, man. Let's go to number 4. Play No More featuring Dubmack. I get a strong vibe. They like Ja Rule the Damager. Song. This song didn't age well. I like it, but it didn't age well. You could tell it was from 2002. But like some of these songs, I was like, oh, I'm saving it now. I'm playing it again. But but this one kind of like sounded dated, but I liked it. It was okay. But it had a Ja Rule the Damager feel.
Well, this song was kind of older than the 2000s because they were talking about it was kind of a play off the skit, the music that we're not playing anymore.
Okay, that's what it was. Because I'm like, I was, is that going into that? I didn't know if it was feeding into that or not.
Yeah, it was kind of feeding into that feeling of the music that we're not playing anymore. We're not playing those Rakims, and we're not playing those KRS-Ones and all those sounds are disappearing. And that's kind of what this song is. And you feel it.
Yeah. No, I get it. I guess I get it now. With the different explanation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it didn't sound like the rest of the album, but I think that
it kind of took me off track. And I was like, where they going with this?
It was kind of a late 80s, early 90s feel.
More of a like the beginning. If that's where they were going, I get it. But I didn't. Like I said, I studied this album as much as I could. I didn't have enough. I only had a week. And I didn't have, this is a group I've never heard of. So I'm trying to like figure out who's who and how the voice sounds and who's on the mic. I'm like, is that, who's this? I'm doing that. Let's go to number 5, Alphabeat Soup. Sorry. Alphabeat Soup. That's dope. That's a dope track name. Alphabeat Soup featuring you, George of is it the Emisphere? Emisphere, not Atmosphere. Emisphere, right? Got a RZA Wu-Tang feel. First listen, it sounds like a posse cut. Credit to the group for keeping my attention for 5 minutes. A lot of these songs are longer, like back in the day, they're longer. So our attention spans, like me and you, probably have those attention spans. But other people, we want to warn everybody else is going to listen to this album. Most of these songs are 4 minutes to 5 minutes, but they're good quality records.
Exactly.
Number 5, what do you think?
And Alphabeat Soup is just...
It's fire. I like this song.
Spitting.
They got straight spitting like Busta Rhymes and Raw Digging them. Straight spitting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, what?
It was like that's one of those songs you put on and you rewind it because it was like, oh, they just spin.
This is when I not saying I didn't, I knew they could rhyme, but then I'm listening to this, I'm going, yo, these are the same dudes, they're the same voices, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One exception, but it sounded like a Wu-Tang cut, like they was about to, like it was their Triumph, their album, the song Triumph. It was like that. This is their song, the Triumph song.
Yeah, it was
you know what I'm saying?
Jazzy, it was aggressive, it was smooth, it was all of those things in one.
I couldn't find any music videos. Maybe back then, and of course, didn't have the pot and the money or something. But I couldn't.
And they were independent too. So
they were independent too.
Yeah, this was an independent label.
Yeah. man, they could have squeezed out one video, man. Like, man, back in the day, man, people was getting those videos out with like those cameras, man. I mean, maybe they didn't have the drug dealer money. That's what it was.
Yeah,
the drug dealer money got you the cameras. Let's go to number 6.
He's a teacher, so there's that.
Yeah, so he's getting that teacher salary. You know, they already crying for money. You know what I'm saying? They need more money. Number 6, jazz sessions, intermissions, hip hop traditional piano loop, giving song great replay value. I'm wondering how I missed this group. I'm writing this stuff. They're higher level rappers, and it's just weird not to know about these rappers because they would. And they're from New York, right? Are they from New York?
Yeah. It make you feel some type of way that you missed this.
I don't know. I don't know. That's weird. But what you think about 6 jazz?
This
jazz sessions.
The jazz beat was dope. It really had a guru-ish type feel.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they spitting.
I can't listen. It's not. It ain't one of those. It's not. I want to call it a concept album. I can see they trying to, spit certain lyrics and go certain places with this album. Yeah. But it's not really like a conceptual album.
No,
they're just fucking spitting. Excuse me. You know what I mean? They really rap because I'm like listening to the lyrics, going, okay, they're rapping about. Oh, okay, nah, they just spitting. He's rapping about. Okay, he's just spitting. He's rapping about the title this time. Nope, he's just spitting. I'm like. But he's spitting, but he's rap like it's dope. It's like, oh, okay, it's still dope. I'm like, okay, check. Plus I'm like giving it a lot of these mics. Just a wonderful. This is good so far. Number 7, Yikes, featured MF Doom. Like I was surprised to see MF Doom. And here's the thing, I thought I heard every MF Doom feature. So people are gonna go MF Doom. I never heard this feature. They're gonna be rushing to at least hear this one tune. So Yikes featuring MF Doom. This is a hit record, man. Doom, just MF Doom, period. Boom, you know what I'm saying? Great to hear his voice, R.I.P. Doom. Love the jazz track and how the MCs devour this beat, man. Like the second song attached at the end, you get like a 2-for-1 special, man. Like when these guys are musicians too. So I don't know if they play. Did they produce everything or do they play instruments? Because a lot of these tunes sound like they play instruments, and I couldn't find a lot of information in the week.
It's an older album, so I was trying to I was going to go back and listen to John Robinson's interview. I do believe that he plays some instruments, but not fluidly, if that makes sense. But
that makes sense.
You just know they care. They care about just listening to this album. You know how much they care about the musicality of it.
100%.
It's not just thrown together. It's not just. It's extremely well produced.
And that's why I'm wondering who produced it. I'm going bananas. I'm guessing it's the group. Hopefully it's the group, and we're giving them credit. And whoever the producer is, you're dope, man. That's all I gotta say. Like I was saying,
I'm not. See if I can find it.
Yeah, see, but I was like, I even wrote this. I said I'm not familiar with each rapper's voice, but as a group, they complement each other well. I wanted to at least say that before I went to track 8 because I didn't want to forget to say that. Like I naturally said it in my head, but I didn't want to forget it, so I wrote it down.
And what kills me is even with MF Doom, they are flowing so it's almost like they're all simpatico. Like we've been on the street corner spitting bars with each other all our life. And
yeah, like MF Doom's in the group.
Yeah,
like the way he came in and just flowed, I was like, is he in the group? So then I'm looking around going, maybe he's in a group. I'm like, maybe he got more songs because this is at 7. I'm like, maybe he's there's 19 tracks. I'm like, maybe he's on another couple more. Because I never heard.
These are 2 brothers, so there's that.
2 of them are brothers, right? I thought there's 3 people in the group, right? Am I going crazy? Who's the third? The third person must be the producer.
So it's Michael Robinson.
Yep.
and then who is and then John Robinson, and then there was somebody named Rashawn Coleman, but he's not a part of the group anymore.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that too. I was gonna write. I think I wrote that. I thought I wrote their names down somewhere. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's go to track 8, man. Original rap, boom bap. Original rap, boom bap. Original rap, yo. All right, so the definition of boom bap was some black Betty Boo track. While rappers bringing the original rap, they break up the record with some Rasta slang at the end of the song. I'm wondering if they have some type of Rasta background, or they just like, doing like any other black musician did back in the day. I mean, their cover got them, with the Rasta hats. Did they have dreads? Were they dreads? What was they practicing? I always wondered. I wondered that along with the original rap. I like this song. It got me hyped. Yeah. It got me hyped. What you think about number 8?
I love number 8. Next to jazz sessions, and actually Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes was so dope.
Yikes is that's what I said. The first thing I said, this is a hit record. I mean, that's what I wrote. I was like, what is this? What is it? And I go,
it can be a hit record now.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna write that first, and then I'm gonna listen to it again, and then I'm gonna like review it. I'm like, I had to write that first. I wrote that first. Like that don't make no sense. I don't usually do that,
It's the piano. It's the piano playing in the music.
Instruments, the way they composed it, like an orchestra.
This album is I don't understand how we missed this album, but I hope doing this review, people will go and take them out and get them they shine, because
they gotta check it out. Now, and I gotta do my hip hop homework, and I think they got 2 more albums or 3 more.
And
albums.
they just dropped one. This is like their
8 track album, right?
Yeah, well, this was their sophomore album, and then the record label closed. And John Robinson has gone on to make music with people like Blue and J. Rawls. They have a whole album. They have an entire album together. Just all over the place. He's the rapper you've heard but don't know you've heard. That's John Robinson. Where you're kind of like, who was that?
Yeah.
But you ain't never went to look it up. That's John Robinson. Normally that would be John Robinson. All those records where it's like, who is that? And couldn't find the name of the person who was rapping. It was probably him.
No, not even that. When I was talking about that, I'm talking about as a group, because it's a group. It's not just John Robinson rapping.
Well, after the sophomore album, that was it for until this album dropped.
You broke up a little bit. What was that? What did you say again?
I said until
you said the sophomore album. What happened?
Until 20. After that, the label went out of business, and so for years it was nothing, and then they just got back together and dropped the album in 2022, which is dope. That's dope.
That's what I said. I'm gonna go check that out, because I saw one. I was like, I'm looking at that because I was looking at, I'm looking up this, and then I go 19 records, right? And then I go, oh, they got a new one, right?
Yeah.
So I open up the new one. It's like 8 tracks. I go, I'm gonna kill SP, man. I was like, she gonna give me a new group with 19 songs instead of 8.
No, it was because I felt that this is. You needed to start here.
No, yeah, I know. Introduction. I'm joking. I'm just saying. I'm just like, if I didn't, I research stuff. So I'm like, oh, they got a new album.
Yeah.
And then I opened it up. I didn't listen to it. I just opened it up to see how many. I'm like, maybe it's one of those groups that do 15 to 20 tracks. So I said, let me see what they did on a new one. And they said 8. I'm like, man. So I was just laughing. I was laughing at myself. But let's go to number 9. Speaking of these tracks, we got to get to them. Number 9, Ancient Ritualz. I'm going to say Lie, L-I. Ain't Nuttin. And, that's the rest of the title. Piano and bass driven track gives group room to put some spells, magic, and bars on us, man. So, I'm just playing up the title, but Ancient Ritualz. But I like this track as well. Number 9, what you give for Ancient Ritualz?
It was this one reminded me of that kind of like it was an Egyptian sound. Yeah.
That's what it sounded.
It was taking you back. So
did you freeze? I think she froze. Oh, SP.
Yes.
I think you froze. You're freezing up.
There you go. I know it's raining, so
like I said, it must be raining.
It's raining, so y'all gonna have to.
I'm gonna say,
y'all gonna have to bear with me.
Does it rain every Friday at 8 o'clock? Like, what the hell? Every Friday?
It's been 80 degrees here, so hell may be freezing over.
There you go. Hey, that's good for us, man. We needed to freeze over so we kill this bastard. You know what I'm saying? Did you describe number 9? You ready for 10 or what?
Yeah, you can go to 10.
All right, let's go to 10. Guitar Club featuring Stacy, Epps. Most of all, the titles of the songs describe the record usually. This one kind of does guitar-driven jazz vibe that could be a 2-step on a dance floor. Rappers are flowing, and it got that feel that you can bring it on to the dance floor. You can bring it to the club. It says Guitar Club. I mean, it's playing off the title of the record. It feels like a dance record, but at the same time, they're flowing on it. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you think about number 10?
The drums got me. And then if you don't know the singer, well, everybody should know the singer because she did a lot of features with MF Doom. So
yeah, I was gonna say she sound familiar. The name, I'm like Stacy Epps sing. Yeah, but
so you heard her voice before.
Yeah, with Doom. Yep.
But this again, this is another great song. The beauty of this album is it really doesn't have any there's no filler to this album.
Exactly. There is no filler. 19 songs. You would think there's a filler. You would think they have a corny skit or something, but it flows well.
The skits flow in with the album perfectly.
No, they exactly do. The song I was playing in the beginning, the first song was number 11, Too Hot for Words. Got an Onyx feel, man. I just wanted to liven up the show. I got to play like the craziest song. It's gonna get people jumping. But it had the Onyx feel for me, man. Track is hard, man. It's a hard track, and the group matches the heat on the track with words. You know what I'm saying? Their words match the Onyx feel of the track. You know what I'm saying? Like they matched it, the energy. Too Hot for Words. What do you think about number 11?
It's the one I jump up and dance to every time they come on.
I'm telling you, I'm like, yo, this one's like, yo, what the? I'm like, when I heard, I'm like, oh.
Between the drum, the beats, and what kills me about the way they rhyme is it fits perfect. It's like they tattooed to the beats.
Yeah, that's what. Who's the producer? That's what I'm going crazy. I'm losing my mind. We gotta. If he watches this, he gotta put in the comments who produced every track or whatever. We gotta know.
Yeah, it's like they tattooed to this beat, and the drums are ridiculous on here.
They must have produced their own stuff. They must have. I mean, they had to because if you live with it, if you live with the music, and you kind of like you create the music. You know where the drum thing goes and that. Then you rap here and you bring the drum back. I mean, I'm guessing. I don't know.
I'm gonna find out. That's what I keep muting you for. I'm looking.
No, yeah, you can.
I'm looking at the tweet.
I'm gonna go to 12, and they must have mixed and mastered it too. Number 12 is Franky Limon. So high. First of all, the name of the titles, man, is ridiculous, man. Franky Limon. If y'all don't know who Franky Limon is, do your research, man. I love that movie, man. Halle Berry. Who else is in it? Everybody's. I don't know. I just know Halle Berry's in there. So I know all her movies. You know what I'm saying? Vivica Fox is in there. A whole bunch of people in there. But Franky Limon, man, so high. Number 12. I'm kicking myself for never knowing about this talented group. Gotta catch up. That was my. I didn't even review the song. I'm just like, what the hell, man? Like, I just got mad at myself again, and I'm quoting to myself like, why I don't know about this group. But it was a great record. I gave it 3 mics, if you must know, just to give you some type of grade on the record. Yeah, it was a nice track. It blended well. What you think about Franky Limon, SP? You finished with your research there? Got stall long enough?
But Franky Limon, this song fit the title and the
so high. Just like so high. I'm like, yeah, they high. Yeah, they talking about high already.
Yeah, it was so dope, and I mean, it's hard. This album is so hard for me to explain because it's so fire, and the way, and because when I listen to it, I am not so apt to just dissect every bar.
Yeah.
Just listening to them rap is fire to me. Just sitting back and hearing how they're flowing on the beat, and that's unusual for me.
It's kind of therapeutic. Like I said, that's why I couldn't. I said, I gave up on finding out who's who because their flows are just dope. They just run into each other. They smooth. They complement each other. So I was just like you said, I'm just listening to good music. I'm just like just play this shit. I was like for this album. I didn't go into detail. I didn't get a lot of details, and I wasn't really mad at myself. Usually, I'm like, damn, I didn't find this. I didn't find that. I said, man, I'm just gonna go in and be like, man, this is good music. I mean, I don't know. I mean, eventually, the next time I talk about the group, we probably have them on, and we could talk more about who's producing, who's doing what, who's doing beats, who's who. Who rap first, who rap second. We can get into that, but they sound so good together as a group. You really don't want to break them down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to be like, oh, that's Joey and that's Fred and that's. You don't want to do that. Let's go to number 13, Hot Bananas, man, featuring U George of the Emisphere. I know who U George of the Emisphere is. He's dope too. He's on a couple of these tracks. You know what I'm saying? The rap version of Cool in the Gang's Too Hot, Too Hot, Too Hot, Baby. So the group continues to make good hip hop, man. This song is bananas. I had to play up the word, the title, but it's hot and it's hot like it's not hot like bananas, but it's bananas, man. I like the record, man. It's another record that stood out, that got me going. Man, these dudes could rap. Like I was just like, yo, just in tune and really excited that you introduced me to this project. So, number 13, man, Hot Bananas.
Yeah, this whole album. I hate that I keep saying the same thing over and over again, but it's just how I feel about this album. This entire album takes you there. It's reminiscent. It takes me there every time. For me, this album is kind of hip hop essence. You know what I mean? And so I just enjoy it. I enjoy every song. Because it takes you to a different place every single time. And this song is just fire for no reason at all. It
stands out. It stands out.
It's just bar after bar on a dope beat. And they talking about stuff.
No, of course. Like
even if they weren't talking about anything, you would still like this song.
But the whole time they do got. I mean, it's not saying they're not saying nothing, but they're rapping. Like some people rap. Some just albums that just rap on it, and they're classics, or it's dope album, right? Some people
but
just
they're
rap.
talking about history. They're talking about what's happening in the streets. They're talking about, but it's not preachy, and it's not like a constant whine. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, exactly.
You know, some albums you listen to and they start on the subject and they beat that shit to death.
Yeah, I'll give you a good example, and I love the group X Clan. Remember X Clan?
Yeah.
Love X Clan.
Me too.
Love X Clan. But if you really listen to it again, they really like, man, they took that message and stuffed it down our throats, man. Not that it wasn't needed. It probably was needed for a lot of black people.
It was definitely needed.
Black people back then, but it was like, man, dude, all right, man. You know what I'm saying? It was like black power, red, white, but like, you know, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but it was needed, I think. But I love that group. So shout out to X Clan. Let's go to number 14, Anthology, a tribute to music featuring you, George, of the Emisphere. Every time you George around, man, it's a hit record, man. What's going on? The group and you, George, provoke the jazz sonic materialized track with cultural bars and substance. Tip your hat, you know what I'm saying, to good music, man. Just good music. That's why it's good music. I'm tip my hat. That's it.
And it's this song is a tribute to good music from the history of
good music,
and to R&B and to hip hop. It's just a tribute to music. And the horns in the beginning are timeless horns. You can't get enough of them.
You can't, and that's why I'm wondering, like, are they playing live instruments sometimes? Are they not? Are they just getting good samples? Like, you kind of wonder about the album. Like, I would have loved to have him on, but I'm like, man, I'm like 19 songs, man. Like, it just too much, man. But like, I would love to talk to him eventually. Maybe the 2022 eight song album, we can get him on and get the group on. You know what I'm saying?
And then we'll talk about this album.
Oh, well, yeah, a little bit, just a little bit, not 19 tracks, but yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll say, give us some highlights on it. You know what I'm saying? But number 15, The Soul of the Rhythm, featuring Jax of Binkis Records. There's much soul and rhythm when it comes to Scienz of Life. They deliver scratches, head nods, and rewindable verses, and good features. So number 15, The Soul of the Rhythm, featuring Jax of Binkis Records.
So the scratches, let's talk about those, especially in regards to the verses, because the scratches are perfect, and it also adds to their verse. So if you notice when they're rapping, sometimes the scratches will just come in the middle of a verse, and it just adds to the power of that verse.
Yep.
Oh man, this album, this song right here is. I keep trying to hold off saying this is my favorite song.
Everyone's your favorite. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. Now, this was my favorite.
Because for once in my life, I can't pick. I can't pick which one is my favorite.
It sounds like a museum of just like of kind of like, you know how like I don't want to describe it, like it sounds like one record. Like the album sounds like kind of like one record, but it's different. Like every track is different, of course, but like you said, you can't pick one because you're like, yo, this one they flowing on, they rapping on, the music's dope. Then you go on the next one, you go, wait, the music's dope, they flowing right, they're doing this good, they that. Wait a minute, I go to the next one. This one's they doing it. You're like, you're like, all right, what's today? Every day you just every day you pick a different one. You're like, today's Tuesday. I like fucking the soul of the fucking, you know what I mean? Like you can't, you just gotta pick a day and just rotate them and stuff like
this
that.
This is the first album I can honestly say they're all my favorites.
It's a great pick. I like that. Like I said, it's a constant flow. If you look at my scoring, you're gonna see a majority of them the same: 3.5, 4, 4.5, maybe 5 mics. So it's like it stays in that realm of like consistency of like it's not disappointing. They're not disappointing at all. Like
not at all.
It's just good music. It's like this. It might go like this, but it's like it's a good stock box. It's like I would bet on this stock. Let's put it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Today.
Even for today, you know what I'm saying? So number 16, Blind, Interlude. Interlude and quick 16 verse with proper track. Now, who was this? Do you know who this was? Was it Robinson? Which Robinson? Which brother? Does it seem like one rapper on this one?
It sounds like the brother. It sounds
like the brother.
It sounds like his brother.
Okay, because I got to get used to their voices, and that's why too their brothers, their voices sound like. So you're gonna kind of get the similar tones, and that's why it's probably like it flows so smooth because their voices kind of sound similar a little bit.
But it's not a it's not a constant because they switch flows, they switch cadences. This album is just a smorgasbord of lyricism.
No, you're right. You remember the for some reason I just remember the Twins. It was an album, West Coast album, Twins. I think Warren G. It was Warren G's group. I don't know if they was family or something, but Warren G had a group called the Twins. Y'all go check that out. That's an old school gem for y'all. Another album y'all go check out. Number 17, Shake It Off. This must be their. I thought this one was their record label saying you have to make a dance record, a dance song. Based on a contract for some reason. I thought this was a forced dance record for some reason. I don't know why it seemed like more of a, how EPMD they always did like a dance record or something because the record label or somebody was saying, hey, do a dance record because it's dance. People like to dance. This seemed like a forced record. I liked it, but it seemed like a forced dance record. What you thought about Shake It Off? Like it got to shake it off. Not Shake It Off. Shake It Off. It got the, huh?
I thought it was just a 80s tribute because it felt 80s. It felt it felt really 80s, and that's
the record. The record did.
Like a 87, 88ish.
Yeah, but not the bar. The bars were there, but it was like, what's this music?
But the beat was 87, 88.
Yeah, it really went back. It really went back.
I think what I like about them is they pay tribute.
Yeah.
To what came before, and they kind of take you on this journey through hip hop history, even through the sounds.
But you know what it is though? You know what threw me off? If I'm listening to an album from 2002 and my ears are already going back to the old school eras, right? Because I lived through 2000, so I know I'm going 2002. Okay, where was I at? Where was I listening to? And that's why the music's more acceptable to me because I'm understanding to the genre, to the generation of music for the 2000s, right? So I'm gonna give it a higher score because I'm in that generation. I remember this music. I know this music. I love this music like this. But like a youngster won't, But then if they went back in 2002, if they went back, can you imagine me listening to 2002 music? But then all of a sudden they go back to the 80s, and my mind doesn't really catch it because I'm not thinking about they going back and paying tribute. I'm going, yo, this sounds real old now. This sounds older. So I'm going, that's weird. And my mind goes, like that. So that's where I took the track, and I was like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't go crazy over the track.
Yeah, for me, because in the 80s I was in junior high and high school. I picked right up on it. You know, like
Okay.
this sounds like the 80s.
Okay, you got you. Yeah, you must have. See, like I said,
I
I
want to
listened.
put on some jellies and some capris and
Yeah.
go play tetherball.
I listened to this album probably 5-6 times, and that's a stretch because it's so long.
Yeah,
I listened to at least each song 5 or 6 times, and I did give it, my full attention, with the music and the lyrics and stuff. And but this one just kind of threw me off. So I was
yeah,
like, okay, I'm like, all right,
and I can see that. I do. I see that.
it just kind of, I was like, huh? I'm like, all right, I listened to it, but I'm like, I don't know. I was just like, okay. Number 18, Life Jones featuring Stacy Epps. She's back. We back on the right track or right side of the tracks with this track. I said because like the other track threw me off. Songbird Stacy Epps with she's back with the rappers putting in work and this is the sound of the album that I was already adjusted to. So my ears got adjusted back. So 18, Life Jones featuring Stacy Epps.
What I liked is that she had bars on this one, and she also flowed really well with them. She did the background lyrics, but she gave us some bars too.
Yeah, she did.
Which was dope.
Yeah, she did. It was dope. I gotta give it to her.
Yeah, she did that.
I like that. She's is she a rapper? She's a singer. I know she's. I'm thinking, did she rap with MF Doom too? I think she rap with MF Doom too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's both. I think she's a rapper and a singer. Shout out to her, man. I mean, you got to probably tap into her. Does she got any projects we need to check out?
And she didn't miss on either one of them.
But does she have any individual projects? Solo projects?
No.
We gotta look at the Stacy Epps, man. Maybe we can support her. Maybe we can get her on. I don't know. Maybe she can give us some MF Doom stories. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to 19. Outro. Metal Fingers scrapped the chalkboard. Outro had mixed scratches and enjoyable samples, giving the DJ and producer time to get some steam off. You know what I'm saying? Like they give the drummer some, they give the producer some, they give the DJ some. So they was doing that all throughout the album, usually at the end of the tracks or throughout the tracks, and then they gave him or her or whoever did these beats a whole track, which I respect. And we respect that. I know I do. From back in the days, they had a whole track. Eric B and Rakim. You know what I'm saying? Eric B had 1 or 2 tracks by himself. Yeah, and we had 1 or 2 tracks by himself. Eric B. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about 19?
I loved it. It just shows you how much they honor the music. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I like that the DJ, the producer, had a place, and it was just
some water
an afterthought.
Yeah. You could tell they respect the craft. They know about DJs, and producers had just as much as respect in the craft, and they on the mic just as much, just as much as the MC.
Yeah,
on the mic just as much, and giving time, man, giving time on the project. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got, man. 2002 was it Beatvizion Music. I like the project, man. I didn't think we was gonna go through it this quick, but I mean, I think if we had the MCs on and the producers on, it would have been long. It would have been like 3 hours or something. Because I know how we get. We're gonna ask them 400 questions, or just gonna be then we're gonna have random questions and spontaneous questions, and then each song would have to break. They would have to break down each song. That's a lot, 19, 20 tracks. But hopefully we can get with these guys later on, maybe on your podcast, my podcast, some podcast, and connect with them, man. So so summing up the album, like, what do you really think about this, man? You heard it a couple times, and what would you say to these artists?
This album is a journey through hip hop. and they didn't leave a stone unturned.
No, not at all.
It is beautifully done. There's not a skippable track on here. There is no fluff. There's no filler. It is just hip hop to its core. And if you love hip hop like we love hip hop, go and check out this album because it is fire.
No, 100%. I gotta give you credit for picking this. At first, when I got it, I'm like, 19, come on, 19 tracks. I'm like, SP, you trying to kill me, man? You trying to lock me up in the house? And so I won't have no life. But it's 19 tracks of fire, 19 tracks of pure hip hop. You could tell they, like you said, they cater to the craft itself. They don't miss a beat. They got the scratches in there. They got the the samples. They got the probably live instruments. I'm not sure. They got everything.
And it doesn't feel like an hour.
No, it doesn't. I was gonna say it doesn't feel like an hour. Then some of these songs, like you said, like I said earlier, like they're 4 minutes, 5 minutes. They really don't feel like it because if you're really into the song, you're into the music. You're like, wow, this is great music. And before you know it, you go, what? Did the beat change? Either the beat changed because it's either the 2-in-1 record, or a beat change because it's the next song. You're like, oh, it's the next song. So I got that. I used to like for records like this. You go, I'm gonna break it down in a day. It's 19, 20 tracks. I'm gonna do 6 a day or something. You think in your head 6, 7 a day, but I ended up. I remember first doing it, and I remember doing like I think I was on track 9 or 10, and I'm going, oh snap! I did more than I was gonna do for today. You know what I'm saying? I was already in a groove.
Yeah,
the music. You know what I'm saying? Because then I just kept going. Kind of. I did stop because I was I had to go eat and do something else. But you know what I'm saying? But like I went back to it and finished the rest. But it was like it was easier than I thought. I was like 19 track. I go, okay, I got it. So, but
this one of those albums I put on when I'm heading home from work. It's one of those albums that I put on when I'm in the car. It's just it's a clean up the house album.
It's a good driving album.
Yeah, it's every
album.
It's hard to put it in a category or mood because it fits all of them.
Exactly. I guess if you had questions, for him, would you have any? Would you have any on hand right now? Any questions for him? I mean, I wouldn't.
My question was always who produced this?
Yeah, who produced it? Like that's our first thing is gonna be like, yo, the album cover's dope, but who did the album cover?
I think I'm gonna tweet at John Robinson to find out who produced this.
Yeah, we gotta find out, man. Yeah, hit him up if you like. You said you already know him. You interviewed him. You talked to him already.
I'm gonna have to hit him up because I want to know who produced this album.
So we can at least put it in the title in the comments or something and get that person. If it was the group, it's the group. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the group. I think the group did it. I think it was the brothers and the other guy or something. Maybe it was the other guy. I'm not sure, but they did a great job with the music, like I said, what you said, and the great job rapping. I can't wait to listen to the other 2 albums you said? They got 2 more albums? They got a This is their sophomore album, right?
They have this is the second album. This was Project Overground. Well, they got 4 more albums. Hold on. Okay. They have a lot of albums to be fucking honest with you.
I thought I saw at least 3.
No, it's a whole lot of them.
With this one.
They have in 2000 Coming 4th of Day. That was the first album. Project Overground was their sophomore album.
Okay.
Digging in the Archives was 2004. Oh, the Blaxploitation Sessions. I've heard that album.
So that's the what? How many albums is that? You just counted at 4. Is that 4?
That's the 4th album. That album's fire.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Then they have Leviathan. And then they got Inspired by Film. It went from 2009 to 2019.
You have to check that out, man.
And then the Rhyme Related Sessions is 2020. And then this year they dropped Change Your Views.
So maybe at least that one we can probably, if we can dissect that one and get them on the show, that'd be dope, man. So like at least we'll have this one under the tuck, and then we can link this one. We can link this one to it, and at least they know we fans now. They can say, okay, they just did 19 tracks. They got to be fans. They listen to over an hour of music from 2002. A lot of people are not doing that. You know what I mean? Real hip hop fans over here, baby. THHC podcast, and you know what I'm saying. The Powaful IMPAK Podcast, man. We do our homework. We do our thing over here, man. We don't play around. We don't play around, baby. But SP, let's get out of here. Early night, man. Let's get out of here, man. Thanks for picking this. I'll pick a album offline. I think I got one. I think I got one for us, a good one. Hopefully we can get some people on next week. If not, we just break it down like we usually do. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait to hear who you pick.
I know. I got a couple of people, man. I got some good ones, man. Because there's some good hip hop in 2020.
Yeah, I was going to go with a new artist, and then I just thought about this album, and I was like, he got to hear this album, and the only way I'm gonna get him to listen to 19 tracks is if I pick it.
You're right. If you would have told me to listen to this album, just to listen to this album, I'd have like SP, man. I listen to like 3 tracks. You're crazy. Like I probably listen to it eventually, like the whole thing, because I'd be like, yo, they could rap, and I would probably saved it. Like I'm gonna go back to it. But you know what I'm saying? I would have probably just listened to it in a week, because it would have took me longer any other time. Because at the time I was listening to like a lot of new hip hop that came out.
Yeah,
everything that came out, I'm freaking trying to
listen.
Last week had a lot of good hip hop, so I'm listening to that. Going bananas, and I'm like not even done with all that stuff. What was last week? Black Thought. So I'm still listening to the Black Thought, and you give me a track, you give me an album with 19 songs, and I'm already jamming the Black Thought 100 times.
Yeah, but I knew you would enjoy it, but it was just to get you to listen to it.
Yeah. No, I appreciate good hip hop and good lyrics and stuff, and I appreciate good picks. So thanks again, SP. It's the time of the show to promote. So you got some good podcasts recently. So talk about what's going on in Powaful IMPAK over there.
So go over the Powaful IMPAK and check out our interview with Seven the Panther. Seven the Panther is such a dope artist and a dope human being. He is a part of the Black Panthers. He does a lot of community work. He does a lot of community organizing, a lot of keeping the city clean. He's just a dope individual. Go and check out the interview. I think you're gonna enjoy it. And then go check out his music. Cause Seven the Panther is fire.
No, Seven the Panther is dope, man. I don't he got an album with Either Mad Assassin or something like that? Yeah, so I'm tuned into him. So y'all go check him out, man. Give him some love, man. Go check out the Powaful IMPAK. Go check out the THHC podcast. Go check out the Passive podcast on Sundays. I got another podcast on Sundays at 6 p.m. With some other individuals. We talk about everything. We talk about making y'all some goddamn money and put some money in your pocket. And so come through. We're getting out of here, man. Early show. Appreciate it, SP, when you come through, man. Next week, we'll do it again, man.
All right. I see you then.
All right. Love over hate, guys. Practice more love than hate.